Uh, Tosh, I would love to hear your point of view.
Yeah, I brought up therapy to my dad, and it was like Rita Rasputin came down, and I had to be a Power Ranger because we got to box, and it was just like, it's okay.
Mm,
I'm not attacking your identity as a
Right.
well person.
yeah.
I'm not saying I'm disappointed in you. You are not a bad boy. You got to speak to the inner child. Um, but there's a natural defense that comes up because our parents' generation were taught that therapy is for the loonies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Therapy
Yeah.
is for the absolutely broken. And if your child is insinuating that you are broken, that can then further mean I was a bad parent and didn't do right that by this person that I gave my all to. And it becomes this
Mm-hmm.
unsaid, unconscious shaming. And it's like, no, it's not that. It's because I love you so much that I want you to be well. I want to continue this parental child relationship with you. I want to grow in adulthood with you. I want you in my world. And I would like it to be as healthy as possible. And I can give you the tools to help you help yourself. But for what my healing looked like with the childhood traumas, definitely 2020, the pandemic was a turning point for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is when I completely dove into my spirituality and shadow work. Baby, I got to journaling. I got to asking myself the hard questions. I got to challenging my limiting beliefs and my self narratives. Why do I engage in these certain friendships? Why do I engage in these certain romantic relationships? How do I feel about me that I would allow these people to be constantly crossing my boundaries or disrespecting me or not showing me the love that I demand?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what in my childhood curated the way that I make myself happy? What does my self love look like? You know, and once you start to ask yourself these challenging things, you realize that it bleeds into every area of your life. It bleeds into how you show up with your money, it bleeds into how you
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
create, it bleeds into every single piece. And I was like, I just felt like I was in a rut because I was trying to be something and achieve something and do something.
mm.
And an old friend of mine was like, why don't you pay attention to your emotions? And when she said it, it made no sense. I was like, what the hell is the link? I don't get it. But it was a way to unlock something to free myself. And so I was able to move into flow and ask for more things and be in an emotional and a spiritual space to receive bigger things. You know, I think um, I wouldn't have gone after the huge opportunities I've gone after had I been of the same old mind and spirit. I
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
really had to like dig into something to be like, I am bigger, but bigger is inside. Bigger is not the stuff. Bigger is inside, and it calls in the stuff that I don't allow to validate me, but it's nice to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It ain't bad.
So,
Nah. I love all the answers. Just because it's so self reflective of my individual journey as well. Specifically with my parents, I think that one thing that has really helped me with like my healing journey has been the ability to like converse with my parents about themselves. I think oftentimes I was trying, like, I didn't want to be like my dad, but I didn't know in which ways that me and my dad were similar until I got
mm-hmm.
older. And it became like a roadmap for me, good and bad. I think something that also has helped is understanding how gifted and brilliant my parents were to give me abilities that I didn't know where they came from sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
getting older and having more tougher conversations and more not knowledgeable conversations and just general conversations about being humans has helped me like really in my healing journey. Like therapy as well, don't get me wrong, but it's given therapy has given me the tools to start these conversations. And
Exactly.
these conversations really unlocked a lot. Even when my parents, might not have had the tools to do the work, the fact that I did
Mm-hmm.
made me like navigated through different angles. So I
Mm-hmm.
started to hear more about like my father's pain and my
Mm-hmm.
mother's pain and realize how like, oh, if I didn't know this, this is why I fell into that trap. This is why I tripped over that roadblock. And
Mm-hmm.
now I better know how to navigate it because I see a different map of my genetics.